Whoa, that's hot, baby. I could leave it in the other room and still pick up.
Okay.
What up, Lauren? How you doing?
Check 1, 2, check.
Check.
Test 1, 2.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the school board meeting. I'll call this meeting to order. If everyone would please stand, face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming out tonight. At this time, we do have public comments, so if anybody would like to step up to the mic and address the board, now is the time to do so. There will be another time at the end as well, if you feel like that would be a better time.
I got you.
Yeah, or you can do both.
That's a good question. It looks to be.
Do you slide it? Is it on?
She did. I saw a green light come on. It's not on. Oh.
There we go. Now it should be. Thank you. Good evening, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen to what I have to say. I have two related items that I'd like to talk about. One is my retirement request, and the other is the ending of benefits upon resignation or retirement. As you consider my request for retirement, I just wanted you to know that it's been a privilege working for Williams Bay. I've enjoyed it very much. The staff, school board, have shown support, commitment, and the technology initiatives and the programs we've done. It's been truly appreciated, and I'm sure this will continue as we hire the new and my replacement. And I think that the hiring committee did a superb job with their hiring with that.
Great.
So with that being said, you know, I've been looking forward to retirement for a while. Administration has known that. And I use the handbook, retirement section of the handbook as my guide. You know, I knew I needed 10 years of retirement. It also says in there that the health reimbursement would be in place by August 31st. And so if it's in by August 31st, that means the first payment would be September, which has been past practice. It's what's been happening. And that's what I took into consideration as I was doing my retirement planning. So then Jennifer sent me an email on January 14th, and I was kind of taken surprise because she said my benefits would end June 30th, which is 2 months early. And so she shared a document that was recreated in October. And so my plan was to start paying September, October, and then November my husband, family plan, and then going to single because my husband will go on Medicare. So paying an extra 2 months is 4 to 5 months that I will be short at the end of my retirement before I turn 65. So I had brought the issue to Dr. White, and he was the one that suggested that I bring it to the school board. And he's right, this would save the district money. But I was blindsided. I mean, I was very surprised that Edmund knew that I was retiring. We told within that it had been discussed last summer, and yet it was January before I was told that there was a change in plans. So I really would, the first thing is to take that into consideration for extending mine until August 31st. There's other things that I'd like you to consider. The cost saving that my voluntarily going down to 80% gave to the district. That was, almost a savings of 2 years, about $35,000 that you got back. My retiring early and hiring Adam, at a significant less money than what I was, that's another $45,000 about that you'll be saving. So, that's a total of $70,000, and that's more than what my benefits are going to be altogether for my retirement. So again, those are, considerations I'd like you to take for me. But going forward, I also want you to take in consideration for all your employees. This has been past practice, and as your teachers that have been here 20 years, 15, 20 years, they're also looking towards retiring soon and the benefits of that. And I just think that, one, there should be a distinction between a resignation or termination of employment and retirement. These retiring teachers should be recognized somehow. They've given a significant portion of their career to Williams Bay. We see them after school getting their rooms ready, getting curriculum ready outside of hours. Also, I've seen in the summertime working on leadership committees or interview committees, and all of that sometimes goes unnoticed or not necessarily recognized. And so I'm just hoping that you think about this as, it's an added benefit, and just taking it away, there was no compensation it was just something taken away from the retirees. So I'm hoping you take the distinction of resignation versus retirement, and I appreciate your consideration and thoughtfulness in making a decision going forward.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I also speak?
Absolutely.
Good evening. You're probably also aware that I've submitted my letter of retirement after 23 years in the district. Like Gail, I had also read over multiple times the retirement section of the handbook. I let the administration know this fall of my plans to retire. My planning and calculations and decision-making was based on the precedent that all of the retirees that I knew of had received their benefits through August 31st. Nothing was brought to my attention until around the same time as Gail. I had already submitted my letter, and then Jennifer printed out a document for me that I'm not sure anyone knew existed. So I was kind of shocked that I also was expecting benefits until the end of August, and then I was told it will be the end of June. So I guess I'm disappointed that that wasn't communicated with the staff a little earlier, but I am also asking that you extend my insurance through the end of August, just as a I don't know, I mean, I feel like I've dedicated myself to the district for the last 23 years. I've also, the last 2 years, I've willingly gone to Bigfoot to save the district money, whereas I feel like I was doing that out of, respect for the district and understanding that, we have to have cost-saving measures, and that was my contribution to, I don't want to say taking one for the team, but doing what was best for the school at the time. So I just kindly ask for your consideration of honoring that precedent that had been set, at least. It was our understanding that we were also part of that. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who would like to speak at this time? All right, thank you very much for your comments. With that, we'll move on to student presentations or student representatives.
All right. Good afternoon. So I would like to start off with both our girls and boys high school basketball teams. Unfortunately, they did fall short against both the teams they played recently. For the boys, they played Deerfield and Dodgeland. And like I said, unfortunately, they came up short. And our girls, they played Abundant Life and they played University of Milwaukee, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. So they played those teams. Unfortunately, they did come up short. But to end on a good note, our middle school team did recently make the playoffs for basketball, so I think that was pretty impressive. So give them a round of applause. Unfortunately, they did come up short against Union Grove, but I'm surely impressed about the talent they were able to put up there and facing some pretty good teams and teams that they've been playing for a while, and we've been getting beat down so bad. But I'm glad these boys came up and show some real heart out there on the court. And finally, I would like to present the rock, paper, scissors competition that we all participated in. I think the students all had a very, very good time, extremely competitive for sure. And our winners were Bryce Watt and Quinn Pyre, I think, and Sawyer, Normanton Slade. And the awards were popcorn, free snowball tickets, some candy, I'm pretty sure, as well. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Any questions?
Good stuff.
Okay. Despite the loss, I'm glad that the students represented the school well. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's the most important thing, is go out and play hard and represent us well. So, win or lose. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Lauren Schobel, and I am going to kind of go off of that with basketball season is obviously underway, and both high school basketball teams recently have been helping out with our Junior Bulldogs program. So it's all the elementary kids, boys, girls, who are interested in playing basketball. Saturday morning, it's from 9 to 10. They can play and kind of learn the game. We have, I think it's kindergarten through third grade, so there aren't any games, but it's a really good opportunity to kind of grow our basketball program. And the girls team has helped out the past few years, and the boys team is also helping out with that this year. And I think everyone's had a really great time with the Junior Bulldogs, so awesome. That's going well.
Very cool.
And then, as Aaron mentioned, we had our snowball dance. It was just a few weekends ago, and it wasn't a great turnout, honestly. I think in the future, I think we should, as a student body, and the sophomores are the ones who are kind of in charge of that, maybe look for ways to kind of grow it and encourage people to show up and have fun, because prom and homecoming, those are always good, fun dances. So I'm not really sure what it is about snowball, but I think we can kind of ramp it up and so that students have a good time for the following years. And then lastly, recently we had honors band for high school for Trailways South Conference. So 7 of our the top band students got to go to Edgerton High School. We rehearsed all day and then had a performance that night, and it was a really great opportunity. Awesome. That I'm glad that I got to be a part of that. And going off of that, music, in I think 2 Saturdays is our solo ensemble. So band and choir, it's middle school and high school go to Deerfield and compete in various events. So there are solos, there are ensembles, of course, and it's a really great opportunity, I think, that we've all been working hard at. So that's the 21st. We'll hear back, see how everyone did.
Very good.
Awesome.
Yes.
Very good.
Any questions?
Sounds like good stuff.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
All right, with that, we'll move on to District Administrator. Dr. White, do you have anything extra?
All my stuff within
The agenda?
the agenda.
Okay. Moving on to Athletic Department Sports Boosters. I don't see Hank here.
No, I gave him the night off.
His, yeah,
Yeah,
his
okay.
report was in the.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything else to add. PTO, I don't see anyone here for that. So we can move on to middle school, high school. Emily.
All right, good evening.
Good evening.
Notes as presented. I want to give a big shout out to Christy Torres and our culinary team. On January 25th, they participated in the Walworth County Pro-Am Culinary Competition by creating a French-style lunch. It was delicious. I was there. I was very proud of our students and our partnership with Jonathan's in Delavan. In addition, when you're looking at the notes, we did have 4 student volunteers from our band. They came for the afternoon. They played. They did a great job. And we really appreciated them representing our school. In addition, a big thank you to Emily Evans and our student council for the rock, paper, scissors. I know the students alluded to that. And yes, Mr. Pyer, your son was in the final 3. I'm sure you did.
Did you
but
coach him?
really,
There was no coaching.
he didn't share that, but I saw
We,
Oh, okay, good.
I found out later.
Oh, you found out later. Well, good. It really was so much fun. And yes, we may make some changes during lunch next year, but it was a great time. So, any questions for me?
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Ellie.
Good evening. Notes as presented, and I just have a couple highlights. PTO is not here, but Parents' Night Out was last Friday, the
Yeah,
30th.
no, Saturday.
The 30th.
Saturday.
It was a lot of fun. It was at Fire to Fork. I have no idea how much money was raised, but it was a good time and a nice venue. So kudos to PTO for pulling that off. If you are interested, and I encourage everybody to join us for the elementary activity night, which is Wednesday afternoon, from 4 to 6 o'clock. You can roam through the building and get involved in any activity that any of the classrooms or neighborhoods are putting on for families. And then another plug for PTO, there is a meeting on Thursday at 6:15 in the elementary lunchroom, so anyone can come join us.
Excellent.
Any questions?
No, quick comment. Thank you for the data on your fall to winter data. That was some nice information to read about. So
Thank you.
Sounds like things are going well.
The kids are working hard, doing well. Thanks.
Excellent, thank you. All right, with that, we'll move on to, I don't see Chris here, so move on. Anything from the school board? Does gentlemen have any reports?
We got the PTO fundraiser at Bona Beef. Is it the 17th, I think, this month? Oh, yes. The PTO fundraiser.
Excellent.
I think the PTO gets 20%. So if you can swing by and buy something at Bona.
Yeah, have a nice
help
meal.
the PTO.
There you go.
Perfect. All right, with that, we'll move on to action items for the consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion to accept.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, moving on to person.
Thank you to the Lions Club and the KVM Construction family for their donations.
Absolutely. With that, we'll move on to personnel transactions. We have 4 of them. So if you want.
We have 2 retirements, Mary Kavanaugh and Gail Bixler, and both of them have been exceptional employees and have done incredible work for the district. I reinforce everything they said about in their presentations. They are high-quality employees that dedicated themselves to our district. We have no resignations, and we have 2 appointments. We're recommending Adam Kordecki for the District Technology Coordinator position. He will be replacing Gail, and we're giving him a timeline to work with her to get everything in place before she departs the district. And Dan Swarzbinski will be the varsity golf coach.
I move to approve the personnel transactions listed on the February 9, 2026 personnel transaction sheet.
Second.
Any discussion? Thank you both very much for all your years of
Yes.
service.
Thank
we really
you.
appreciate the dedication you had, and we do
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
And with that, if there's no other comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, moving on to the memorandum of understanding for the resource officer.
So we have a memorandum of understanding with the village for the school resource officer. That will automatically renew on May 1st, 2026. So it automatically renews every year, but I always think it's important to bring it to you guys just to allow you to renew it and to ask any questions regarding the school resource officer. Certainly the feedback we get from our families through our listening sessions and those things, that's a highly valued position and resource for the district. It certainly helps the sense of safety and security in our building, and it certainly does increase that.
I would move to affirm continuing the memorandum of understanding for the school resource officer between the Village of Williams Bay Police Department, and the Williams Bay School District as presented.
Second.
Any discussion?
No, I'm thankful for the relationship.
Absolutely.
Been very positive.
We want to keep that going as long as possible. They're doing a great job. With that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, moving on to policy 681.1, capitalization and depreciation.
This is the second reading of this policy. It's a new policy that outlines how the district handles capitalization and depreciation. This is recommended by our accountants. So again, it's as it presented.
Go ahead, Mark.
I move to approve policy 681.1, capitalization and depreciation as presented.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Moving on to policy 653, free admissions for senior citizens.
And this revision, and it's the second reading, adds a clause to allow the senior citizen holding that pass to utilize the fitness center free of charge. So it's just something we felt was really a nice gesture to our senior citizens in the community.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I'll do
You
it.
Okay.
I move to approve policy 653, free admission senior citizen school activities pass as presented.
Second.
All right. I think that's also a great idea. Any discussion on that?
No,
Hearing
glad to
none.
see it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And then we have a policy 830.2, use of fitness center, to go along with the last one.
Correct. It's basically a policy that allows use of the fitness center. I had language in there charging people that were senior citizens. We took that out and allowing those people to use the fitness center free of charge.
I'll do it. I move to approve policy 830.2, use of the fitness center as presented.
Second.
All right. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Then we're going to look at the Skyward software agreement.
Yes, our agreement with Skyward is up for renewal. We use Skyward for our financial package, and we use Skyward for our student information system. They offered us a 1-year contract and a 3-year contract. The 3-year is certainly significant savings. I don't see a need to change our student information system or our business package, so we're recommending the board agree to a 3-year contract with Skyward for those software packages.
I'll move to approve the 3-year software license agreement with Skyward for the Business Suite and School Information System Suite software as provided, as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Skyward offers a lot more in their package. Have we looked at other parts, components that might be useful for us that could take away other costs? I'm assuming you have, but just wanted to.
We've looked at them. Certainly, we like the school messenger. We liked how that lays out and works. I don't know if Skyward has that. Certainly, they have an a la carte menu, but again, right now we're happy with the ones we have and what we're using for them.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, then we'll move on to the discussion items. One being the dates for ending benefits upon resignation or retirement.
So last summer, Jennifer and I were working on looking at when benefits end for people, certainly people who resign, people that retire, looking through all those things. There were a lot of inconsistencies in when those things were being done. Up front, the health insurance has always carried through August 31st. One of the issues is that basically dental, that has to end by your last month of employment. So does the life insurance and the disability insurance. And then the WRS has a firm date that you have to submit that to. So in trying to get consistency behind that, we took a look at our policies, our handbook, and when I say policies, that's the health insurance policy, the dental policy, those things. What do they say? When we look at our handbook, the handbook says under the benefits section that benefits cease at the end of the month in which a resignation or termination becomes effective. So basically, when you end your employment at the end of that month is when those benefits end, is what it states in the handbook. As the ladies pointed out, there is a section in the retirement area that says, the retiree HRE will be funded by August 31st, but it's really, that section is silent on when do the benefits end. So again, Jennifer and I felt there needed to be consistency. Certainly when people resign and people retire, they've all been going through August 31st, and it makes limited sense to me as a district administrator to provide health insurance to people who have ended their employment with the district, particularly people that have resigned. But ultimately, in talking with Brian Gutman, we need that consistency because we could end up in a situation that if we're allowing the retirees to stay on the insurance to the 31st, but not the people resigning, you may run into a discrimination case based on age or other factors. So he certainly recommends being consistent with what we're doing. Ultimately, it falls to the plan, and our health insurance plan says that it ends at the month in which you terminate your employment. So we are recommending to the board that they end the health insurance benefits for all people that are resigning and retiring at the end of June, based on our health insurance plan and based on our employee handbook. Questions? And Jen, do you want to add anything?
Not at this time, just if they have any questions.
So I understand your point. I understand the points that they made as well earlier at the meeting. If the board does decide that we want to extend benefits for 2 months for retirees, but not for resignations, you're saying that could get us into legal trouble?
It could, because if somebody, been on age and other factors are not getting that, it could get us into an issue.
But then you also said it's based on the policy. The policy ends when they're effective, retired, or resigned.
When your employment ends.
We've been paying for the extra 2 months. So how have we been doing that in the past when the policy says it's done, but we're paying extra? Like, I don't understand how we were able to do that before, but now this year we can't.
Because we shouldn't have been.
Okay, but we still, they were still covered. So if something happened, they had insurance for those 2 months because we paid the extra.
We didn't. No. I mean, we've been paying it. But if something happened, then that's part of the reason why we're trying to clean this up. The insurance carrier could say, you're in violation of your policy and your handbook. We're not paying for this.
Okay.
So ultimately, we need to make sure these things align, or we could be in a situation as a district, if we had a catastrophic accident or medical issue, they could say, no, they weren't covered. They weren't supposed to be on your insurance.
So what I'm trying to figure out is, I'm all for, in the future, having it end on the date of the policy. But it seems like we're in a situation right here where things are kind of gray as far as who understood the policy and when it was changed and when they were told and everything else. And so as a board, if we want to extend for those 2 months, what options do we have? Just do it as we did before and hope that the insurance company doesn't say, hey, they've been terminated, so that they don't get benefits? I just want to know what our options are as a board when we make these decisions.
We would have to change the handbook, and we would have to change the policy, the insurance policy, if that's what the board chose to do. The position from myself and Jennifer is, again, the handbook since 21-22 has stated your benefits end at the end of the month of employment. It just hadn't been enforced that way.
Okay.
So the question really was not whether the policy or the information was there, it was the consistency and enforcement and how that was being done.
So where did but there's another policy or something where it did state August 31st, and that's what people were basing it on. What was that policy?
It's the retiree HRA. So for retirees, they get the paid out sick leave balance.
Okay.
And that money's deposited into a retiree HRA. And so it just basically said that that would be funded by August 31st.
So when did, you said that, you mentioned that October there was notification? That's something?
No, we worked on this in the summer, October. Again, Jennifer didn't tell, we didn't really, again, it was in the handbooks. We didn't really think that tell people, probably should have. I'm not going to deny that. But the bottom line is Jennifer presented that in talking with Brian. That was done in a timely manner. They certainly, the employee has, February, March, April, May, June to plan. So they basically have 5 months to get ready for their retirement. So.
What is it cost? So if they're not funded through August 31st, they're having to pay their own plan for July and August?
They would have to go on COBRA, so they could go out to the marketplace, or they could stay on the insurance, and they would be paying the employee and the employer portion of the health insurance policy.
Which that's what they're paying with their HRA as a retiree as well.
Right.
But they
Our
can just
plan
pay that.
document, just to add on, our health insurance plan document goes from July 1st through June 30th. So that was another reason for not prolonging past the plan itself, the insurance policy, going through June 30th. There was inconsistency last year, I brought to Dr. White's attention that I felt uncomfortable with. I don't see in the handbook where they're benefit eligible. Is it health insurance and dental? Because the district pays 100% of the premium for the dental. Is it only health insurance? Is it life insurance as well? Like what starts and what ends? So he had directed me to create this document, putting it all on one page, and that's when we really got into the different sections of the handbook, looked into the actual verbiage of the health insurance policy, and saw that again, that policy goes through June 30th. Their employment ends in June. It seems like an appropriate time to terminate. They also have to declare their retirement with WRS. They are saying that on June 5th or June 7th is their retirement date, and they're no longer an active employee of the district at that point because they are then collecting an annuity from their pension. So this was another, what we thought to be a clean break of, okay, if you are terminating your employment with the district, whether it's resignation or retirement, it makes sense, again, from all those different pieces of the puzzle coming together, saying that would be a clean break of when your retirement benefit begins, which would be your WRS pension, and your sick bank would then start applying starting July 1st. But to answer your question, it would be about $4,800 per employee. That would be, again, resignations and retirements to cover one person for the July and August summer months. Or alternatively, a $4,800 additional cost to their retirement benefit, as Ms. Caroline and Ms. Bixler discussed. So.
So if they resign and they get a job in another district, their insurance at the new district picks up starting when they sign, correct? So and some of those resignations wouldn't impact us, or am I thinking about that incorrectly?
in many cases, when they resign from us, if their benefits in June 30th, in some other districts, it doesn't begin until August 31st, or September 1st is when their new insurance. So they would have to do COBRA for 2 months, those people that resign.
Okay.
And again, in doing the research, there are a number of districts that go to August 31st, and then there's some that go to June 30th. Ultimately, consulting with Brian and the other districts really is dependent on what your insurance plan says.
Any other questions?
Have we explored looking at our insurance plan to see if it can be extended through August?
You could do that. The insurance plan would allow you to extend to August. Is there additional cost? I don't know. But, other districts do go through August 31st. My personal belief and recommendation to you is the end of June 30th, because I look and say people that resign the district and they're saying we're moving on, we should let those people go. I mean, one year we had 6, 7 retirements at basically $5,000, $6,000 per person. That's a significant cost to the district when we really don't owe that person those 2 months of insurance. Again, from Brian's perspective, to be consistent, somewhat the retirees and those resigning fall in together. And again, I go back to the handbook has said since 2021, your benefits end at the month you cease employment. If I resign in January and in my employment, it's January 30th or 31st. So again, that consistency is what we're trying to establish with putting this in writing and being clear when people retire, because a lot of times employees would come to Jen and say, well, I'm going to resign or I'm retiring. There was a lot of question of when's this begin, when's this end, that kind of stuff. So we wanted to put it in writing so when somebody comes aboard, here's when your stuff begins. When somebody resigns or retires, here's when it ends. So there's no question when this stuff is done. So again, just as we've done a lot of my time as the superintendent, putting things in writing so it's clear when this will happen and when it won't. And that's what we're doing. So, and that's our recommendation is get the stay in June 30th. Certainly the board could ask us to rewrite the employee handbook, have the insurance company extend to the 31st. You guys can make those decisions.
Do we have any idea how many people might be resigning this year?
At this time, I'm not aware of anybody resigning, but again, that always changes.
Right. Any other questions?
Not at this time.
All right. Thank you very much for the information. Again, thank you for the points that you raised as well.
Again, I just need to know from you, Jack, if you want that on the board as an agenda item, so certainly that's what will happen.
I believe we should. I mean, it's an important topic, so I think we should have it on there.
As an action item, it would be a revision to the employee handbook.
Yeah, and then at that meeting, the board can make a decision whether we want to accept that motion or not.
Okay.
So,
Jay, anything else you want to add?
Can you repeat what you just said? I didn't hear that.
We'll put it on the next agenda to revise the employee handbook, and they'll make a decision whether they want to, motion to do that or not. All right.
with that, we have public comments, so if anybody else would like to step up to the mic at this time and address. Oh. Good evening, Darla.
You know who I am, Darla. I guess I'm a little confused. 2 years ago, I retired, and I went to the handbook, and I looked in the retirement section. It didn't say when, wondered when my benefits would end. Then I went to the benefit section and saw that it would end June 31st, which is what I expected it to be. I went and talked to Jennifer, and she said, oh no, Darla, that's prepaid. Your benefits will end August 31st. And I did have some doctor's appointments. There was no question. I didn't get anything that I was denied by the insurance. I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Any other public comments for the board? Hearing none, we can have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you, everybody. You guys have a safe night.